Hey everyone, welcome to Yoga Moments. I'm Janice, and today we have some pranayama exercises, so some breathing exercises. Whether you're incorporating them into your yoga practice or you're just using them for meditation, these will be great exercises to explore and have a little fun with. I am sitting up on a blanket here, or as I like to call it, my throne, and grab a seat. So if you need a cushion, grab a cushion. If you want to do it on the couch or on the chair, go for it. You can do these anywhere, it doesn't matter. So find a seat wherever you find most comfortable, and let's get started. We're going to find this nice alignment here, sitting up nice and tall. So stacking our head over top of our heart and our heart over top of our pelvis. So seeing if we can get our pelvis to sit straight up, not tipping back, not tipping forward, but really finding this nice level pelvis. And then we'll lift up from the pelvic floor, draw our navel in and up, explore here if you have to. We'll lift our heart, bring our shoulder blades just a little bit together, so just opening the chest slightly. So not always a lot of movement here, but definitely see if you can note the subtle differences. And then you can do these with your eyes open if you would like. See if you can find a soft gaze, or you can do them with your eyes closed and just follow my breath here. So we'll start by breathing just for a count. So a lot of times when I started doing this, it was like, oh my gosh, I can't breathe in for a count of 7 or 8. So shorten if you have to, lengthen if you have to. And we'll breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So if you haven't closed your eyes, I encourage you just to explore it. And you can bring your hand to your belly if that's easier for you or more comfortable, just to notice how your inhale continues and how your exhale continues. And just a little tip on an exhale, see if you can soften in any places where you're holding tension or you might be a little rigid. So follow your breath here, and if you want to change the count to something that you are more comfortable with, whether it's an inhale of 4, exhale of 5, usually just add 1 second for your exhale here. So see what feels comfortable to you. I'm going to be quiet for just a couple of moments, let you explore. And if counting really isn't your thing, that's totally cool. If you want to explore by using just your inhale and your sensation and just your exhale and the sensation of that, then inhale and see if you can lengthen it comfortably for you. So you don't need to count if you don't want to. If that's not your thing, I totally get it. But see if you can lengthen your inhale as is comfortable. And then lengthen your exhale as is comfortable. So a couple of different approaches here, and there's honestly no right or wrong answer. Just see which one feels best to you. See what resonates. As always, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. That's not meant for you. What resonates with you is what's meant for you. So follow that. Trust yourself. If you can find that connection with your breath. And then we'll explore something called box breathing. So this one is a bit of a count, and what it is you inhale, hold it, exhale, hold it. So we kind of create a nice box, and we'll do it for a 4 count. So inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. So continue exploring the box. So even in our natural breath, there's a slight pause between inhale and exhale, and there's a slight pause between exhale and inhale. So this is just exploring kind of all 4 aspects of the breath. So take a second. You can count in your head, and if you want to change it to, a 3 count or a 6 count, go for it. So step into your power here and explore what works for you. So I always find I inhale through my nose, exhale through my mouth. If that's not something you're comfortable with, whatever works for you. But I find it much more comfortable to inhale kind of that nice, invigorating breath in through the nose, and then exhale is kind of a nice sigh out through the mouth. So explore and play. There's no right or wrong. So it's really just observing your breath and noticing, do I find a little more resistance holding on the exhale? If you do, that's cool. If you notice it on the inhale, cool. But it's all about exploring and becoming aware of your breathing, because your breathing is going to give you away. But you can also, when I say it's going to give you away, what I mean is in any circumstances in our lives, we're constantly breathing. That's part of being on this planet and living this life. So if something happens, if you stub your toe, you inhale and hold it. But if we can find that breath and mindfully make that connection to continue our breathing, things tend to flow a little better, the pain will subside, and you'll start to feel good. But it will also tell you, hey, I'm starting to get stressed in this situation. What can I do about that? So maybe it's not something as acute as stubbing your toe, but maybe it's just the schedule starting to fill in and you're starting to be busier. It's easy to do, and so this kind of tells you, okay, I'm feeling slowly more tense, my breathing is changing for sure, and what can I do about that? So it's just an observation, just a feedback tool. That's what your breathing is, and then explore it. So now we'll get into something called Eje Breath, which is creating this openness in the back of your throat. So we'll find this nice alignment. Check in, find your head over our heart over top of our pelvis. And we're going to tuck our chin just slightly. So we get this nice little restriction right in the back of the throat. So when you inhale through the nose or through the mouth, you'll feel a nice little kind of like pocket in the back of your throat, maybe even, or a little bit of a restriction. So it's kind of like a little bit of pressure on your breath, on your inhale and on your exhale. It's easier to notice through mouth breathing. So if you start with mouth breathing, tuck your chin, get nice and long in the back of your neck. And I'll do it through my mouth first. So So hopefully you can hear how that's different. It sounds a little bit like the ocean tides coming, or the ocean waves coming in and out. It also, as pop culture goes, sounds a little bit like Darth Vader. So whatever reference resonates with you and makes sense to you, go for it and explore it. If you find that you're struggling a little bit, no worries. Tuck your chin and then draw your chin back. So you're going to squish kind of just where your chin and your neck kind of crease and come together. And you can explore it with your mouth open. You can explore it with your mouth closed, just breathing through your nose. Keep breathing, explore it. This is a really good one for calming and grounding. See if you can take 3 more Ujjayi breaths. All right, we'll lift our chin, kind of come back to a neutral. If you need to move the neck, go for it. Always listening to our bodies. And then this final breath is called breath of fire. So a little more heat coming with this one. And what we'll do is we'll find our nice seated alignment. I'm going to just change my legs up here and cross the opposite one over the other. It has nothing to do with the breath. I just feel like a little bit of change in my body. So if you feel like there's anything you need to do, go for it. I encourage you to take it. Maybe you just shrug the shoulders. Find this nice seated alignment. So this is our last breathing exercise here, and we're going to take our left hand, make a fist, bring it to our navel, right to our tummy, and then bring the right hand over top of it. So this one is a nice forced exhalation, and then a passive inhalation. So you're almost huffing or sighing really quickly. Sharp draw in with the diaphragm. So you'll be drawing the navel in quite quickly. And it does take a little bit of practice. When I was first taught this, I was like, what are we doing? I don't understand. My tummy doesn't want to do that. Practice. Just explore it. If you have to take a big inhale, go for it. So really just playing with this and seeing how it feels. And you might be like, I'll never do this again. Or you might be like, I kind of liked it. We'll keep exploring. So who knows? Explore, have fun with this. So we're going to take a breath in and then sharp draw with the navel. Keep going. See if you can find that nice sharp draw in. You might explore drawing in and up. If your tongue is getting dry, no worries. You can always pause and jump back in. Or if you need a big inhale, just to reset, see if you can keep drawing that diaphragm in and up. So if you feel lightheaded, you can always take a break. Feel how the energy changes with this breath. So it's definitely a little more light in the body. as much as you're forcing it in, you kind of get this light sensation. Or maybe you just feel like you're working. If you are, don't worry, it'll come. So exhale here, finish it off, and then bring your hands to your thighs, maybe at your knees, wherever is comfortable. Take a couple of nice deep breaths here. And again, you might just come back to where we started. Nice long inhale, nice long exhale as is comfortable to you. So be your own guide. You might close your eyes, notice how your chest feels. And those are just 4 meditation breathing exercises, or maybe you add them into your yoga practice, depending on what you're doing. So thank you so much for joining me and exploring with me. We always love it when we hear from you. So you can comment, like, subscribe, send us anything that you would like to explore more, and we'll be with you on the journey. And from my heart to yours, namaste.